Stone Cold Steve Austin has his first match in 19 years. Cody Rhodes' contract details with WWE have been revealed, and WWE superstars react to having their match cut at WrestleMania. More on that in just a sec. Yes, hello everyone, it's Jack and Adam, a very tired Jack and Adam after WrestleMania 38.
I'm buzzing.
I won!
I'm buzzing.
I won, come on. We'll do it all again tomorrow. The big news obviously coming out of night one of WrestleMania is that Stone Cold Steve Austin has come back for his first match in 19 years.
When he came out, like, we were all expecting something. It was described as less than a match, but more than a stunner. And what we actually got was a match with Austin taking bumps, or at least a big bump.
Yeah.
Looking like he's not Mr. B, has he?
I was so impressed, not only with the bumps that he was taking, because at first he seemed a bit hesitant, and then he took that bump on the concrete in the crowd, a vertical suplex. When Owens started to reverse it, I thought, no, surely not. And then from then on, he was surprisingly still very with it. It wasn't just how he seemed mechanically for me in the ring, but also his cardio. He was
barely breaking a sweat.
Yeah.
Seriously. By the end of it, he still managed to get on the mic. He wasn't out of breath or anything. So, it's essentially just the way it went down.
Yeah.
Owens invited him out, ended up challenging him to a no-holds-barred match.
Yeah.
Austin said some naughty words. Ref comes down, ring the bell, and then they go for like 8-9 minutes, but it was everything. They played the hits and more.
Yes, absolutely. It must have been a dream come true for Kevin Owens. Absolutely fantastic. And then, needless to say, spoilers, Austin got the win. Owens with one of the only person I've seen do it better is Kurt Angle. The chair into the rope, rebounds into his own face. Into a stunner from Austin, 1, 2, 3. Austin had a beer bash afterwards. Byron Saxton, in kayfabe, the stupidest man in wrestling history, got in the ring and thought, I'll have a beer with Steve.
What a sell. What a lovely move for Byron. What a sell. I noticed his leg was twitching away afterwards. I'm on it. This is going to take days for me to come down from, because it's just like being 13 again, wasn't it? It's just so crazy. Fun.
A nice moment at the end with his brother in the ring as well, Austin.
Yeah.
And I thought
it was going to stun him.
I thought, don't stun your brother. Don't stun your brother, Steve. But no, he didn't. It was just a nice moment.
Do you reckon we'll get one more? Do you reckon that, like, a Saudi Arabia thing? He said in the past he won't do them, but this is wrestling.
I know, but I'd like to think not, because if there was a perfect way for him to go out in Dallas, I think that would be it. I'd hope not, in a weird way, even though he was far better than he had any right to be.
I mean, I was sort of hoping not, because the first time around it was a nice final match anyway.
Yeah.
But after tonight, maybe it's just the excitement and coffee talking. I don't know.
Maybe. The other big thing, of course, coming out of the night was Seth Rollins' mystery opponent was revealed indeed to be Cody Rhodes. The reports were true. I know.
I can't believe it.
Now further details on his contract have been revealed. First of all, Andrew Zarian reported that Cody's deal was described as a snatched in the middle of the night situation, according to one of his sources in WWE. He was told as well that Bruce Pritchard played a big role along with Vince McMahon and Nick Khan to make sure the deal was completed. Cody's team of Hyperion, Spanos Law, and Vision PR confirmed that he is signed to a multi-year WWE deal and will serve as an executive producer on the A&E Dusty Rhodes documentary
awesome.
as well.
It's just awesome news. I think this is such a valuable acquisition. Not just because, like, it's Cody, the pop that he got was absolutely massive, but this is obviously the big AEW to WWE defection. The first one, maybe of many, who knows. They've got to do Cody right here, because if they do Cody wrong, I think then AEW stars, especially the more prominent names over there who will be looking for big money, will be more hesitant to join. So it was a great, really, really fun match. But I think the next few months, and maybe even longer than that, are very, very important as far as the perception of WWE and the possibility of jumping ship goes for bigger AEW names.
It's all about trying to avoid Cody becoming just another guy on the roster. And that it was a great match, as you say, and crucially the presentation of Cody. Obviously, he wasn't Stardust, but it was exactly the same as in AEW. The music, the entrance,
They've recognized the value that he brings, and the fact that he's so far past dashing, undashing, Stardust. Everything he did in WWE, they realise now that he has actually gone on. He's done a Drew Galloway, he's done a Drew McIntyre, he's gone away. He's created, I guess, a very valuable bit of intellectual property in the way that he is presented, and for them to invest in that properly with the theme music, and well, everything else that they did. He felt like a big deal. But it's gonna be interesting to see if they persevere with that.
It is, yeah. Also, there was a match cut from the night as well. Towards the end of the show, reports started to emerge. Fightful certainly reported on it that a match had been cut for time. It turned out to be Woods and Kingston, the New Day, against Sheamus and Ridge Holland. That match didn't take place. Now, obviously, there was a lot of frustration from fans online because there was a 2-hour pre-show with no matches on.
Yeah, and this was the big money match as well.
Yeah, 100%.
No, it was. It was ludicrous. The fact that they had 2 hours of video packages. And I'm taking nothing away from WrestleMania because I loved it tonight. But then you also had a WrestleMania that was full of video packages as well. And fair enough, but there were so many opportunities to fit this one in there. I can't remember WWE in recent times anyway doing a pre-show without anything, especially at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Yes, same.
It was bonkers. Anyway, some of the wrestlers involved there have tweeted. Sheamus initially during the show itself tweeting an emoji of some scissors indicating that the match had indeed been cut, and then Kofi tweeting, "To be in the business for an extended duration of time is to experience the highest of highs as well as the lowest of lows. Yes, it hurts, but we take it and we use it to propel us forward." Hashtag WrestleMania. Helping the trend.
I do feel bad, especially for Kofi, because a few years ago he was winning the world title against Daniel Bryan. So it's a hard one, I imagine, for him to swallow, especially. As you've mentioned, there were so many opportunities to fit it in. I don't imagine it'll happen, but could they try and squeeze it on a night too?
They don't need to squeeze it.
Well, no, they could do it. But do you think they will, or do you think they'll? I can't see them doing it for whatever reason.
I think they'll do it on SmackDown. I think they'll just do it on SmackDown. It would have been a bigger match, obviously, could Big E have been involved in it. So it's gutting that it felt smaller in Big E's absence.
Yeah.
And if you're going to cut a match, that was one of the more likely ones to get cut. Hopefully, they do squeeze it on tomorrow. Because you know what? The good thing about night 2 is you don't have to shill anything because night 1's always already taken place. And a lot of the video packages this evening were for night 2 of WrestleMania. Yeah. You don't need to do that anymore. So there is extra time to fill. On a 2-hour pre-show, they should certainly give them that. And if not, definitely give them their WrestleMania payday.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Also, some bad news as well. Well, some more bad news also coming out of the opening match of the night, which was Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs against the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. A match that felt a little bit shortened, and it's the reason why is possibly emerged because unfortunately it's been reported that Rick Boogs has torn a quadricep patella and will require surgery. This came during a spot similar to like when Cena lifted Edge and Big Show at the same time. He kind of had both Usos on his shoulders and then sort of fell. And clearly has legitimately injured his leg.
I felt like a right knobber because I literally 30 seconds before I went, oh man, Rick Boogs is nailing these big power move spots, and then almost immediately hurt himself doing one. It's just bad luck, right? But that's a pretty he might be out for up to a year, I believe, with something that serious. It was a horrible way to start the show, and I'm glad that it didn't derail anything.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously we hope he gets well as quickly and as fully as he can do. I thought initially that it was maybe storytelling, the leg was hurt and he couldn't support their weight, but then when he didn't return to the match later on and the camera wasn't on him, it became apparent that something was probably wrong, and it has turned out to have been. Yes, hopefully he gets
biggest match of his career so far. Opening WrestleMania, it really sucks for him, and he's been tremendously entertaining. Over recent months. I didn't think the pairing of Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs would work as well as it has done, but it really has been really, really fun. I don't know if they called an audible, pure speculation, right? I imagine the Usos were going to retain, but the first match, being the first match of the night, made me think, maybe it's a big babyface win to kick things off. There's been nothing on the pre-show. And there was a lot of discussion you could see between the ref and the other wrestlers who were still involved in the match. So pure speculation, but just going.
Yes, absolutely. Join us tomorrow anyway. Well, first of all, thank you very much to everybody who tuned in for Adam's live stream and for my NXT one earlier today as well on Twitch. You'll be back on YouTube tomorrow with your live reactions for night 2. We've got so much stuff coming out. Ross and Andrew will be doing it. Well, they've been watching tonight. They'll be doing their cut down edited reactions. That'll be out in the next couple of days on the channel. And we'll do it all again tomorrow.
There's just loads. There's so much. Thank you very much. 38% off at cultaholicshop.com.
Oh, fantastic.
Why not? Thanks very much.
Cheers, everyone, and we'll see you very soon.